Hi everyone. Today is day number 13 of our 30 days 30 machine learning projects challenge. So let's start solving. I'm on the page where I have the list of all the 30 problems. Let's get the problem number 13th title, and it is build a music genre classifier using audio feature extraction. Okay, it is again, I guess we have solved so many classification type problem. Today also it is going to be a classification type problem. The flow is going to be same. I'm going to ask ChatGPT for all the help like we used to do with Google or Stack Overflow. So let's start. Here it is day 30, and here is the, let me move this screen recorder thing at the top, and here is the problem title. Okay, now let's wait what ChatGPT has to say. Okay, so it says, okay, being a music genre classifier, building a music genre classifier using audio feature extraction is an exciting project. For this, we will break down the process into several steps. But first, let's focus on understanding what audio feature extraction means and how it helps in classifying music genre. Okay. Audio feature extraction refers to the process of converting raw audio signals into numerical representation that captures important aspect of the audio like rhythm, pitch, tempo, timbre, and other elements. These features are essential for machine learning models because raw audio data isn't directly usable. Okay, so it uses the features like this and convert it into numerical form and then uses it. Or a key audio feature include mel frequency, capsular coefficient, represent the short-term power spectrum of sound and are crucial in understanding timbre. I want to see what this means. Timbre. So timbre is the quality of a sound that distinguishes it from the other sound. Okay. The quality of a sound or musical tone determined by its overtone or different for each voice or okay. So it is a thing that differentiates a voice from the other voice. And it is a sound. Is it a sound? Yeah, quality of a sound. Okay. Property of a sound. Okay. So, chroma features capture harmonic content by focusing on the pitch class, that is chroma of the sound. Spectrum contrast describes the difference in amplitude between peaks and valleys in the sound spectrum. Zero. Okay, so I've understood there are few four key elements of the audio. Chroma feature describe amplitude spectrum. Okay, so the building is going to be, we can get the data set from like this and process it. We will be processing using the uh, we will process and extract audio features using the library librosa. Okay, prepare combine features like FCC, chroma, spectrum, all those features that are important for the audio classification. um, and the metrics will act as the input to your machine learning problem. Okay, split the data set. So we will divide the data set into training and validation. Okay. Build and train the classifiers. So you can use classification algorithms like random forest K nearest neighbors and gradient boosting. We have used all of these three in our previous problems. So yes, it is going to be a good day. We do not have to study something new. I mean, studying something new is also good, but yes, it is going to be an easy day today. Evaluate the model. Evaluate the model using accuracy, precision, recall, and other classification metrics. Okay, we will do that like we have been doing for all of our previous problems. And then we will visualize the conversion metrics to understand how well the classifier performed. Yes, I would like to perform with the code for flow for this. So it is giving me the steps. Meanwhile, what we can do, we can go and get the data set. It is of 1 GB. It is building it. Oh, not the easy day. I was thinking it is going to be an easy day, but no. So the feature extraction is a complex task today. Hmm. This Where can I get this from? So let's say if it is going to say the same thing. If it is going to say the same thing, hmm. It says you can download the GTs and music genre dataset, which is commonly used for music genre classification, from the following link. It consists of 1,000 audio files distributed across 10 genres, with each genre having 100 files. Okay. It says that we can download it from here. We can download from the cable. Alternatively, file here. Click download at the top. Only the gene's original directory will be used. Everything else may be discarded. Genres or original. Okay. Noun is invalid. You must delete it from your data and manually replace it with the valid version found here. Okay. Hmm. I guess both of them. Hang on, hang on. I lost internet. Strange. Oh, I have disconnected myself from the internet. I'm really sorry. So I disconnected myself from the internet. I'm really sorry. It would have been worked. It's I mean this is the 504. We can download from here. So I'll download it. Okay. And if I'll go, it has Gene's original is the original file that we have to focus on. It says only the Gene's original directory will be used. Everything else may be discarded. Okay. You must delete or download the and manually replace it with the valid version found here. Valid. Mm. So I found the original file. Here's the link. Okay, they're getting error here. Okay, cannot download it. Let's see what they have to say. Let me download it and so it is going to take some time to get downloaded. Uh, Let me see if I can. Hmm. I was thinking today is going to be an easy day, but definitely it is not an easy day. Let's go back to our challenge. And if this they say some of them are saying that it can be a corrupted file, like here, so we'll dig more. Music genre okay, okay, it is talking about the benefits of using, as in the importance of this dataset, and if we have successfully downloaded it, let's unzip it and explore this thing, and we can see. So this genes original is only going to be something that we'll need. So let's do this. Let's move this to genes original to our data set, and we can see the genes original here. So we have got the data set, and so we will rename it to genres. So genres, it is not genes, it is genres original. So we rename it to genre. Now we should see everything. If I understand what this genre has, um, it has 10 musical. Let me move back. it to here. This genre has 10 different musical genres. Does it has 10 different musical genres? 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. And each genre has 100 audio files each. Sorry, 100 audio files. Okay, understand. And then all having a length of 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, here the file was creating problem. Okay, in the jazz section. So we'll see if we'll get some error. We'll also land and see how people have solved it. We'll also solve it. So let's start with it. Today's challenge is going to be to extract the features out of it or build the features using the library called Librosa. So we have to install this library. So let's install this library. Uh, Not here, not here, here. Uh, it is downloading it. Then we will create a file for solving today's challenge. Okay, okay. We will update it some other time. So yes, let's go and create the file, Python file for today's problem, which is day 13, and add it to our Git repository. And we are done with this step. So we are on the step number one, which is to load the dataset. So problem is hmm, problem is what today's problem is build a music genre classifier using the audio features extraction. Uh, uh, Data set from here. Okay, so you got the data set. We have stated what the problem is. So let's start with it. Let's start with solving it. So we have to import OS library. Then we have to import Librosa. Then we have to import NumPy as NP. Then we have to import Pandas as PD. Okay, we are importing everything from sklearn.metrics models. It is going to be model selection import train test script. Okay, from sklearn to ensemble import random forest classifier. We did learn that how this random forest works. We will look at it again to refresh our memory. And then from sklearn metrics import accuracy score, confusion matrix, and classification report. Then for visualization, we will be using library.pyplot as and refer it as PLT. We will also draw a heat map. So for that, we will be needing Seaborn and refer it as SNS. And this is going to be our libraries or packages that we would want or need to solve this problem. So um, here I say define the path to data set, and it is going to be data set path is sorry data set genres, and here that's it. uh, if we what we have to do, we have to initialize list list to store features and labels. Okay, initialize list to store features and labels. Okay, what we are going to do, we will create an empty list called features to store the features and labels to store the labels. Loop through each genre folder and load the audio files. Okay, loop through each genre folder and load audio files. Okay, so for genre in, how are we loading? Acha, okay, we are loading dot uh, list directory and the path is dataset path. uh, Genre print genre. Let's see what it does because I'm doing something like that for the first time. So let's run it and see what it is going to print. Okay, we can see the list of all the folders here. Okay, and it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 again, correct. Now what we are doing getting the genre path, OS, and the path of it, join the dataset and here. So we are getting genre path, OS dot path dot join. We are joining the dataset path with this genre. So let's print this genre path, run the code and see. Okay, for each genre we have created a genre path. We could have we could have get this name. I mean, we could have joined it directly. Why would we need to do this thing? Okay, okay. Now let's load the files inside this list genre path. So for file in os.list directory, in this genre path, print the file. Okay, so file, and then we are going to create file path, os.path.join um, genre path and this file and print file path. We are going to clear the terminal and run it again. Is this what we are doing? Yes. For each file we have got the file path. Okay. Now what we are doing, we are loading the audio file and extract features out of it. So what we are doing, load the audio file and extract features. So we are using a function called load from librosa load. And here what it does, let's hover over and understand. Load an audio file as floating point time series. Audio will be automatically resampled to give the rate. To preserve the native sampling rate of the file, use SR none. Okay. It will give by default the sampling rate with 22050. To preserve the default one, preserve the native sampling rate, we will use SR none. So it gives the load the audio file and as floating point time series. Okay. So we will give file path and the duration for it we would be 30 seconds. Let me remove all of the print statements. And what we are doing, load a 30-second audio clip. Here we are load a 30-second audio clip. Okay. Let's print y and print sr and then break it, and let's run it and see if this is going to work. So it should print 10 times only, not more than that. See, 10 times only. So this is how it is loading it, and this is the SR rate, simple sampling rate. So okay. Now what we are doing, extract the features. We have to extract the features that we had talked about. These features that are important and for understanding or exploring, classifying a audio file. So we are going to extract those features. So what we are doing, extract features. So what we are doing, extract features. So MFCC, the full form we studied, I mean understood in the starting of the video. Using Librosa feature MFCC, the y is going to be y. Okay, the interpretation is going to be y. The sorry, for this file the sampling rate is going to be sampling rate. And if I don't think I should go in depth to understand this thing, because I don't think these are related to understanding the more about the music terminologies, as in so I'll pass for now. Maybe in future when I'll be doing it in depth, building a project related to audio classifications in depth, maybe then it will be beneficial for me to understand more about it. For now I'll leave it as these are the features that helps in classifying an audio file. So we are getting the mean and we are getting the columns, and let's print mfcc and break and run this file. Okay, we did get okay. Then we are going to get chroma. uh, Chroma is Librosa feature chroma is this. Librosa feature chroma stft, same thing. Y is y, sampling rate is sampling rate, and mean of the columns. And then we will get contrast librosa dot feature, I guess. con, Special contrast, special contrast. So these are all, like, if I'll be studying more about this library, then it is helpful for me to understand this in depth. But for now we are more into understanding how to solve problems related to machine learning at beginner level. So exploring depth about this library does not make sense, right? Librosa feature dot zero contrast rate, crossing rate, zero crossing rate, of the y, and then we will do mean. Correct. uh, Ideally these the all should work. Now what we are doing, append features and labels. Okay, so we are now appending to our list features and labels. Append to features and labels list. Okay, so what we are doing, we are features dot append numpy dot s h stack. I'll understand the meaning of it. Numpy dot h stack, mfcc, chroma, contrast, zcr, zero crossing rate, and the labels are going to be append genre. Let's come out of the loop and print features, print labels, and clear and run it. Okay, so we are getting the class here for this problem, right? Jazz 00054. So what I'll do, I'll go and delete it. Jazz 000 00054. This file. I'll go and delete it. Okay, this was the problem. Then I'll run it again and it should be working now. Okay, I'll not delete it. Undo this. I'll keep the file. And, and then it says for the first only. Let's run it for the first break. Okay, and run it because it will not reach. It will reach only the first file of all the folders. Even then, it is throwing this error. So it says no. It is spectral contrast, not special contrast. Run it, and we have got the empty because we applied break here. And run it again, the function was not present, and I was blaming the file. Let's wait. um, oh, it is taking so much time, huh? I want to see this random forest meanwhile and refresh our memory. See, random forest, if you remember, it is a forest of small trees, decision trees, and the average prediction of out of all this decision tree is going to be the final prediction. So, see if you remember, this is the decision tree one, decision tree two, decision tree three, decision tree n. It creates decision tree, and then the majority voting out of all this, the majority voting out of all this is becomes the final result. If you remember, yesterday also we did something like that, but yesterday the tree was building on the mistakes of the previous tree. which was gradient boosting machine. So today it is creating decision tree and the majority voting, the majority voting as in the averaging the predictions, the predictions which is getting the majority voting that it is getting out of all the decision trees becomes the final result. So it will save our time. It is still building it. Let's do this. Suspend it and run it again. You should be doing it only like one time, right? Yes, it is doing only one time. So we will go ahead and do what? We will load only 10 files from each folder, 10 files from each uh, genre. So what we'll do, we'll counter, count 1, okay. If count, sorry, I come from PHP and Java, so yeah, you might have guessed it, right? That I'm facing challenges with small Python things only. But yeah, I guess this is the best way to learn any language is to start doing it, right? So if count is greater than 10, simply break and count becomes count plus 1. So let's clear it and print it. So now it should take 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, now it is taking less time, right? Comparatively less time. See, 10 entries from pop, 10 entries from metal, 10 entries from this. Now the list is not 1,000 of 1,000 audio samples. It is of way less than that. So yes, we can increase maybe this if we'll be doing a full-fledged week-long project. But yes, this is how the features are looking. So let's do this. Now let's build the model. Convert features and labels to data form. Convert features and label to data frame. So what we'll do, uh, x becomes data data frame of the features, y becomes panda dot series, one dimensional, and okay, it will create one dimensional unlike features. So labels, let's print x and print y. Let's remove it. Let's run the code again. Now after doing this, we will complete our code first because it is taking a lot of time to create fetch the features out of this audio files. So we will and also we have already understood what random forest algorithm is and how it works, so we would not have to invest time there. So this is how it is looking. Output is okay. Let me remove it. Yes, now step number 3. Split the data. I guess I did not mention what this step is all about, no? Step 1, load, hang on, yes, load the data and extract features. And the step number 2 is split the data into training and testing data sets. We will go with 80-20 ratio. So x train, X validation, Y for our target, Y train, Y validation, test train split, X, Y, the size of our testing data set is going to be zero point 0.2, which is 20%, and the rest is for training. Randomness is 42. This is again to make sure whenever we are running our script, every time it splits into similar data sets. So yes, now build and train the model. Step, build and train the model. So we are going to do model random forest classifier, and here an estimator is going to be 100, and random seeds are going to be 42. If you remember this n estimator, let me go back to our problem. We did use random forest, right? Problem number 7. So let me go to problem number 7, and if I go here, I'll get this idea. This is what this random forest is, and here also um, we are saying that how many iterations we have to make, how many iterations is, that is how many trees we have to build. So an estimator is the argument we use to say that we want to build 100 uh, 100 random forests. There are more, there are more parameters here, like we can define the depth of the tree, we can define how many leaf nodes we want in the tree, but we'll go ahead with only this simple one parameter, argument, which is called as an estimator, to define how many trees we want in our forest. So we want 100 trees, random state, again for the same reason, to make sure that whenever we are running our script, it generates the same type of response. Now we will uh, fit, let me go back to our ChatGPT, on our X train data against our training target. Step number 4 is evaluate the model. So evaluate the model. So we will get the simple accuracy score by against the actual values and the prediction. So first it is going to be make prediction and evaluate the model. So predictions, hang on, sorry. Predictions is going to be model predict, predict what? X validation, on X validation data. Yes, and then against prediction, accuracy against actual data and predictions made. Then we will print it, accuracy score is accuracy score. We will print the confusion matrix of the actual data and the predictions made. Print it as well. Confusion matrix, and then we will get the classification report, actual value, predictions made, and print classification report. You must be hearing my cat's noise, right? Yes, that's what I was keeping my audio on mute in the first 4 videos. So let's run it. Let's write the step number 5 also, which is visualization. So now we are going to visualize this confusion matrix. So we will draw a figure using matplot library, and the size of the figure is going to be 10 in sorry 7 is to 5. Then the SNS, which is Seaborn, we are going to use that. Just give me a second, let me move my cat away so that you don't hear the unnecessary scratching. Yeah, it should be better now. So here using Seaborn to create the heat map. Here it will build on the confusion matrix. Annotation we want. The format is going to be D, and the color is going to be blues, and the labels for the X tiles going to be y dot unique. If you remember, we were getting this list of series from our labels. I mean, we're getting a series from our labels, so we are getting the unique labels, and the y tables is also going to be unique. The name of the labels, and the uh, yx label is going to be predicted values. Y labels is going to be actual values. uh, Title is going to be uh, confusion matrix of music genre classification. I'll copy it and then I'll simply show it. Now we'll see how well the model is performing. We did that all together because the model is taking time to make predictions. So yes. 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 So this is how the model is performing. Let me take a screenshot. uh, just a second. And here if you see, we have got this. For example, if let's understand for pop we have, uh, there are zero for pop. We did not guess rightly, and for blues we correctly guessed. For blues, no. For any, yes, I guess for disco we correctly guessed. For reggae we correctly guessed. For rock we did not guess correctly. For blues, no. For disco we correctly guessed too. For let's increase the size a little. We'll go ahead with 10 is to 7 and run it again. I guess we are again getting the same error. Here we have to make 0 0 division and run it again. So if you remember, we have solved this problem a number of times when, due to class imbalance, when for particular class the data does not exist, this classification report creates an error. So we are saying that okay, use one for there, and we should see it. So now we should be able to see it. We correctly guessed for disco 2, we correctly guessed for hip hop 2, correctly guessed for country, and for others we did not guess correctly. And let's see how much accuracy we are getting. We are getting very poor accuracy. Probably we need more. We need to adjust here the parameters, and then maybe we can get better accuracy. So yeah. So but this solves our problem, and we can maybe, yeah, I've told you, we can explore these things to understand more or to improve the model performance. Now let's do what? Let's commit this code day 13, commit add code for day 13, and push to our main and go here. See, I should be seeing the changes for day number 13. Okay. Okay, so this marks the code and we have completed the code for day 13. Thank you very much.